Okay, today we're going to do linear equations in two variables. So here we have the first problem. Which of the following lines is perpendicular to the line of y equals 3x plus 12? Now pay attention to what the question is asking you. It says what line is perpendicular. So we have to look at the slope. The whole point of this problem is to look at the slope. The rest doesn't matter. So here, the perpendicular means opposite and reciprocal. So opposite is from positive to negative, or from negative to positive. So here we have 3x. So 3 turns into negative 3. Then we have reciprocal. Reciprocal means if it's a over b, then it turns into b over a. So here we have 3 over 1. So it turns into, so we have negative 3 because we already did the opposite. So negative 3 is over 1, which turns into negative 1 over 3. So from negative 3 over 1 to 1 over 3. So negative 1 over 3. So it is B, because all the rest of the answer choices do not have a slope of negative 1 over 3. That is the only one with the option negative 1 over 3. So our answer is B. Next, the equation C equals 5h plus 20 determines the cost C in total dollars of renting a bike for h hours. What is the best interpretation of 5 in this context? So here it's just a concept. No need for any math. So this is a standard linear equation. So the 20 signifies the y-intercept. So that is what it starts with. So and then 5h is the slope. 5 is the slope. So each h, meaning h is hours. So each hour, it's another $5. So it starts at 20 and then it increases for $5 each other hour. So even at 0 hours, you still have to pay 20. That means the base price is 20. So here we can cross out many answers. So let's see A. It says the base fee for renting a bike is $5. But we know that since 20 is the y-intercept, then it is actually not 5. It is $20. Next, so that means A is not the answer. Next, B. After 5 hours, the bike rental will cost $20. Well, we know that is not true, because if you just plug in 5 for each, 5 times 5 is 25, plus 20 is 45. So we know it's not $20. So that's just completely wrong. Next, C. A bike can only be rented for a maximum of 5 hours. Where did you get that from? That has nothing to do with the problem. That is just a distraction. The problem never mentions any sense of domain, so it's definitely not true. That is completely wrong. Next, the cost will, so we already know that our answer is D, but now I'll show you how that one is correct. The cost will increase by $5 for each additional hour the bike is rented. That is true. For 0 hours, the cost is 20. For 1 hour, the cost is 25. For 2 hours, the cost is 30. So it keeps on increasing by 5, because 5 is the slope. So we know that D is our answer. Number 3. What is the slope of the line that passes through the points 2, 5 and negative 1, 11 in the xy plane? So this is a very simple problem. You just have to remember the formula. The formula is y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2. So here, our y's are 11 and 5, and our x's are negative 1 and 2. So we'll start with the y's, 11 and 5. So let's do 5 is our first y, minus our second y, which is 11, over our x's. So 2 minus, and we have a negative 1, so we'll put that in parentheses. So 5 minus 11 is negative 6. And 2, the negative gets multiplied by a negative, which turns it to positive. So 2 plus 1 is 3. So negative 6 over 3, which equals negative 2. So our slope is negative 2. Number 4, what is the slope of a line parallel to the line defined by 4x minus 6y equals 12? So here we have it in standard form, and we have to convert it into slope-intercept form in order to isolate the slope to find our answer, because the parallel line has the same slope. So here, first thing we have to do is subtract 4x from both sides. Then which can be written as 4x minus 6y minus 4x equals 12 minus 4x, which can also be written as negative 6y plus 4x minus 4x, which equals negative 4x plus 12. And that can be simplified. The 4x's cancel out. We are left with negative 6y equals negative 4x plus 12. So now we divide by negative 6 on both sides, which can also be written like this. The negative 6 is crossed out, so we're left with y equals negative 4 over negative 6 plus 12 over negative 6. But we are trying to find the slope. So we do not care about the 12 over negative 6. So we could just cross that out because that has nothing to do with the slope. So similarly, we have to isolate the m. So in this case, y equals mx plus b. So m is negative 4 over 6. So that's all we care about. So negative 4 over 6, which can be converted, the negatives cross out into 4 over 6, which can be simplified to 2 over 3, which is our answer, C. Our final problem is 5. What is the x-intercept of the line defined by y equals 4x minus 12 in the xy plane? So here we have the x-intercept. X-intercept just means that the y equals 0. So you just substitute y for 0 and then just solve for x. That's simple. So our equation would be 0 equals 4x minus 12. Then you add 12 to both sides and you get 0 plus 12 equals 4x minus 12 plus 12. So that gets simplified into 12 equals 4x. And if you divide it by 4 on both sides, then you get 3, or it could be written as 12 divided by 4 equals 4x divided by 4, which you get 3 equals x. Well, 4x can be written as x times 4 and then divided by 4. So then 4 divided by 4 is 1, and then 3 equals x, because x times 1 is just x, which is also just x equals 3. So our answer is C, which is 3. Okay, that was the easy problems for linear equations in 2 variables. Next, I will come out with the medium and then the hard.